stop it, don't do it. Please stop it, stop it. No.
I poisoned him. I poisoned him.
He came back to mine in the forest. The soldiers and the forestry commission know he came back.
In 2021, Imperial Heritage was back mining in the Odano section of the Apamprama Forest Reserve, this time with a mining lease. This was at the time when the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, had declared forest reserves and water bodies red zones and restricted areas where no mining should be allowed to take place.
We are pursuing that strongly.
The minister also instructed the Forestry Commission to desist from issuing forest entry permits for purposes of mineral prospecting or mining in any forest reserve. But in 2021, my team met Imperial Heritage Mining Limited and its Chinese miners mining the Odao section of the Apamprama Forest Reserve under the protection of over 30 fully armed military men. After our expose of the illegality in 2021, the military personnel were withdrawn, but authorities are yet to make public findings on who assigned them. The chief of Kobro, Nanayao Eni, narrates how he and his elders were treated when they confronted military men who besieged the forest to protect other miners in 2022.
On Monday, I, my linguist and some of my elders took a trip deep into the forest. We met a barrier manned by armed soldiers. This was in 2022. I introduced myself as the chief of Kobro and caretaker of the forest for the Pai Paramountcy. I told them that we noticed some activity in the forest. We demanded to see their documents so we would inform the king of their presence. The soldier called the owner of the mining site on phone and told him of our presence. His boss told him to ask us whether the forest is owned by the government or the people of Kobro. We couldn't challenge the armed soldiers, so we left.
Since then, other illegal miners have joined the fray.
Now look at this. You can drive miles of devastation caused to this reserve.
The once green Apamprama Forest Reserve has been largely reduced to a wasteland. Valuable tree and animal species are all gone.
Maybe this is the only green that is still active.
Thank you.
But
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sad reality of the Apamprama Forest Reserve. Now, how can the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice say that in the face of this incontrovertible video evidence, in the face of evidence of the chiefs and people, the youth of Krobo testifying to the illegal mining operations of Donald and CJ Alaska, now Heritage Imperial, how can he say that there is no evidence to prosecute the company? What does he need to do to confirm that the company only had a prospecting license and that the company was engaged in illegal mining? Did the police even visit the said site where, according to Frimpong Boateng, the illegal mining took place? Did they speak to the chief? Did they speak to the people? Did they speak to multimedia and the other journalists who were part of this mission for this assignment? The answer is a big no. And that is because Ghana's Attorney General Godfred Yeboah Dame does not have the interest of the people of this country at heart. He's in office to protect corrupt officials who are destroying our forest reserves, as you have just seen. And that is why he has issued this farcical so-called legal opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, on the issue of the stealing and sale of seized excavators, it is an irrefutable fact that the Professor Frimpong Boateng reports contains evidence to the fact that the Central Regional Vice Chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Horace Ekwewusi, and others were deeply involved in the missing excavator scandal. In fact, Frimpong Boateng, as Minister for Environment, reported the then Central Regional Vice Chairman, Ekwewusi, and the then Central Vice Chairman, Central Regional Security Coordinator, John Uforiata, and others to the police as persons responsible for the missing excavators in 2019. The advice of the Attorney General recounts how Professor Frimpong Boateng furnished the police with a statement of one Setmante, a journalist previously with Accra-based Peace FM, in which the journalist formally confessed that he was the errand boy of one John Uforiata, Central Regional Security Coordinator, and a member of Galamstop, and that in the course of the operation of Galamstop, he became a contact boy for miners whose excavators were seized by the task force. In a statement to the police, Setmante confessed that miners were directed by John Uforiata to pay between 50,000 and 55,000 into his bank account at NIB to influence the anti-Galamsey task force to release the seized excavators. Setmante further stated that all the monies paid into his bank accounts were withdrawn by him and paid to the Central Regional Security Coordinator, John Uforiata, who gave Ekwewusi his share. According to Setmante, about 27 of the seized excavators were released to these miners. All these facts, friends from the media, are contained in Setmante's own statement, which he gave to the police upon his arrest in 2019. And this statement is contained in the 36-page Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report. And in fact, when the police contacted Professor Frimpong Boateng, according to the Attorney General, he gave them this statement again, which is in their custody, by the way, and added the official bank statement of the NIB account of Setmante, which was used to receive these bribes. For those of you who may not have seen the statement, we'll project it on the screen now. This is Setmante's own statement to the police, given. And in fact, it may not be eligible from the screen, but we're going to circulate copies of that so that you can read for yourself. He confessing to the fact that he facilitated the payment of bribes to government functionaries for the release of these excavators. In the face of this smoking gun evidence, what other evidence does any reasonable prosecutor need to prosecute Setmante, John Uforiata, or Ekwewusi for the stolen or missing excavators? In any case, what has the police done about this scandal since the matter was formally reported by Professor Frimpong Boateng in 2019? The Attorney General should tell Ghanaians about the outcome of this investigation, if any, and how, as AG, he worked with the police to thoroughly investigate this matter in the interest of the public. Why are the likes of Horace Ekwewusi, Setmante, and John Uforiata, who are the key perpetrators of this crime, still walking free? Why is Godfrey Dami deferring the prosecution of the culprits in this matter under the guise of further investigations in the face of such smoking gun evidence? How many years, ladies and gentlemen, does the police need to investigate this open and shut matter? The evasive and shameless Attorney General, who is clearly out to pervert justice, must answer these pertinent questions. ladies and gentlemen of the media, on the issue of the complicity of Mr. Albert Joseph Kwam, former member of parliament for Mansour Dubia, in the illegal sale of mining concessions, the former regional NADMO boss and former first regional vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party, listen to his title, former Ashanti regional NADMO boss appointed by President Akufo-Addo, and former first regional vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region, by name Kwamina Senchire, has publicly corroborated the assertions by Professor Frimpong Boateng. In an interview on Kumasi-based Sumpa FM, Kwamina Senchire recounted how Mr. Albert Kwam approached him and asked that he provides him with his company's certificate for a mining concession. Kwamina Senchire went on to say in the said interview that after supplying Mr. Kwam with his company's certificate, he was called by the Minerals Commission one day and given documents pertaining to the ownership of a mining concession, only for the concession to be sold to another person by name Ejawusu without his consent. Kwamina Senchire asserted that he recorded one of his conversations with Mr. Albert Kwam and has evidence of these matters. He further averred that he has officially reported the matter to the police, national security, and the Office of Special Prosecutor, and that he is willing to testify to these issues. And many of you may be hearing this for the first time. So we will play to you snippets of the said interview. And you will see this Ashanti regional vice chairman of the NPP, a man who was appointed not too long ago by President Akufo-Addo to be the Ashanti regional NADMO boss, confessing, confirming, and vindicating the position of Professor Frimpong Boateng that Mr. Albert Joseph Kwam used his position as a member of the Minerals Commission to acquire mining concessions which he sold to MPP functionaries. The main reason for losing his seat. Can we hear that tape now? In fact, it's a video.
All the way from Canada. Honorable Kwamina Senchire, former NADMO boss as Antimantemha, former first vice MPP. Me watching. Now what to say? Your friend one, and some of Ghana web near dinner. Say, what may you say was so much with him? As I say, a foul or certificate, and your common concession, a man of 1%. Then I walk a far home. Now, me want to say, you're a prof come, Ewa Homanoso. And it's about who can be out. Would you, my you?
That's so also. Man said, I'm telling not to come up with him open source. And look, now, said that some referred by any. It may be the office made that I'm saying, Napata, Namana, will be that. And I will stand by. And I'll say, your certificate I am somewhere. Now when process my I'm saying the new to refer to my case and the case by. And the 22 come and a bit who say Obesman Aquadiaba. I could buy for 2 months. I don't know family. And James Aquadan and Nana to be a law for which one can be now. Or first say, oh, Chema. I'm sorry, he must know about shell one of the the coin of the commando. My TV, and to pursue the chip every day, and I'm who say, Minerals Commission for friend. Sir, me have a concession. My plan for concession was here and I'm seeing. Say, no, so, and then only and K come seriously company. And to me, your friend will be telling me, now Mineral Commission for my friends. I know I see and she and then I'm so called back and so we are watching no my busy media and the some address and so once I will be the telephone number of friend media let us say na the GA my who be you and no one video bi bae saa man no eje usu see as she in concession enti so you need penny a oye bi na community akana ko fiata no ono so ma say me frame ena ko fiata si kan ko ko ni no ko ye no eye wu dia na msisa no so wu dia na mshoki
wo dia say concession no ya de wudi na to so ya do certificate na the concession
exactly
okay
and they say and profession men ayenu ha and you wanna you say no professor come and then who buy it.
Mike Brown's Kitchen. Mike Brown's Kitchen.
I'm ready to send me to Mike Brown's Kitchen. Brown. New season, new stations. Hey, Mike Brown's Kitchen. Oh, now what TV so I check. I knew who you check, but the Yami and Chakrano. But TV3. Mimi Devia. 5 to 6 p.m. Nana Yabasha Wati. Minimum Kunum, my Basha Sisako, Ghana Fodo. That's it.
McBrown's Kitchen shows this and every Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3.
Emrenti, Yabi Busani. There are Prof. Come. I said, when you see, I will run near you national. And there are some no catch you. On the two who say concession certificates are the man, no. I don't know the man, Panoya Cosin, excavators now answer day.
On Congo, we didn't come down. 80. Every year, I'm saying, I sent the bench. And I'm called CID, headquarters, and police case. Na me show bibia na me fan ni bibia document bia fan certificate over because we say every other thing internal revenue for announce bibi na wasa na ba o si for na dance e mo ye bibia enti ye ni ba ti no ba ye chi no oni ni na ya se o kan say ene me na me ni no ho ana ni ni na me ni CID and you know, I'm going to call that prime officer with me was on the Cosmos. And the professor comes in and then now maybe the I'm sure we don't need problem here. You have to say. And I'm going to say, now, a land commission. It's a land commission for the position. You call us commission, but we can't be by no from the land. It's in like a sort of Ubiaka, 3,300, 3,005. It can be Professor Combs or Baba this day. And my Baba. And then before you, the same year, investigation and before you, we are going to defend the portrait. Also, one money, it didn't offend the and as a Patrick Agility said, yes, on the and then I could get them support. And then the catcher Patrick say, "Also, I don't follow my one farm. I'm saying also no follow economy again to Kasa. And we are going to Kasa. And I don't see. Already your business be a continuing Professor Kwam. And Coco, we make a dance. That was the words of a Johnson. And I'm so good. And to me, prepare me, be down. Then I may charge you. And we are cheers and we are not making sure and produce a demonstration video through a professor from what you so abolition. And the Sunday email as petition a command special prosecutor. Masadi Bisuko national security. And send the myself police force or one take or and organizing all the documents concerning that particular case now, the other year, you know. Now, whichever way they want to could be, because we are ready for litigation.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the face of this corroborative testimony by no less a person than the former regional vice chairman of the MPP in the Ashanti region and a former appointee of this government, a confession, in the face of a confession by a willing witness who is readily identifiable and available to testify, how can the Attorney General say that there is no evidence to buttress the findings or revelations contained in the Frimpong Wating Galamsey report relative to the sale of mining concessions by Albert Kwam? If we may ask, did the police or the Attorney General invite Mr. Kwabena Senche or consider his testimony on this matter before coming to the conclusion that the report is bereft of evidence? Has the police even conducted any credible investigations into the official complaint that was lodged with them by Mr. Kwabena Senche? Has the police invited Mr. Albert Kwam to respond to the serious allegations leveled against him by Mr. Kwabena Senche? Friends from the media, per our intel from our reliable sources within the Ghana Police Service, no serious action has been taken by the police on this important matter. And in fact, same was not considered at all in the investigations into the Frimpong Wating Galamsey report, which returned a verdict by the Attorney General that there is no evidence to buttress the findings in the report. In a related matter in respect of Akonta Mining Limited, a company owned by the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Bernard Antribo Siakon, aka Chama Wuntumi, it has been established beyond every reasonable doubt that the company illegally entered and operated in the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve in breach of our mining and environmental laws. This fact was confirmed by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources publicly in a press statement dated the 30th of September 2022. And you can see a screenshot of a publication of this, or in fact, the press statement on the screen. Yes, this was a press statement issued by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources dated 30th September 2022. You can Google it. The ministry was emphatic that Akonta Mining doesn't have a mining lease to mine in the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve. And there is video evidence of the fact that despite the fact that they did not have a mining lease to mine there, they were in fact engaged in illegal mining activities there. The matter was consequently reported to the police, yet nothing has come out of it. Friends, it will interest you to know that even in Samreboy, where Akonta Mining is said to have a mining lease, evidence captured on tape shows that the company has been mining very close to the Tano River in breach of the 100-meter reserve requirements of the Minerals Commission. As a matter of fact, the company has been found to have redirected and polluted the Tano River heavily. And if you see the state of the Tano River today in that area, you weep for Mother Ghana. We will show you another video put together by Multimedia, just about 2 minutes video, for you to see how Wuntumi's Akonta Mining redirected and polluted the Tano River in flagrant disregard for environmental laws and mining laws. Can we see that video now?
Right now, I mean, Apunta Mining Company Limited. So the signpost is there. We entered, we asked the security guy, which site is this? It says Apunta Mining. So we moved on. We knew this was the site. We flew the drone and did it. The distance between the Tama River and the mining site, you can see from yourself and judge whether this is 100 meters per the law. And his mining leaks, some of them have been opened and we are entering the Tama River. As red as it is, moving straight into the tunnel, polluting it so much. 2 sites belonging to Apunta Mining, polluting the tunnel on that spot.
That's the Tunnel River.
Are these pictures from the Apunta Mining? Yeah, they're the Apunta Mining site. So you see the leaves. You see the leaves under. So this one, I'm not the one telling you, but you can see it for yourself. And that's why the small-scale miners are raising concerns that this is what he's doing is illegal. Yes. Yet others are being arrested. Yes. But the type of Apunta Mining has not been touched. You see, I'm not saying it. I've heard him say that I'm calling him a galamsey. The Minerals Commission says, even if you have a license to mine, the moment you start mining in the water source, the moment you start mining in the forest reserve, you are doing illegal.
Thank you very much.
What's the local name for illegal?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, Bernard Mpibosia, also known as Wuntumi, the mastermind of these nation-wrecking acts, is still walking free after polluting the Tano River through his illegal mining activities. The only reason why this is the case is because the Attorney General Godfred Dame is not interested in prosecuting the directors of the company for their illegal mining activities. Friends from the media, the foregoing facts point to one irresistible conclusion, which is that the corrupt Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government is neck deep in the illicit galamsey trade and will stop at nothing to cover up their complicity. The extent of official complicity in this matter is as clear as daylight. Like many environmentalists and patriotic voices, the NDC is deeply worried and appalled by the extent to which President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Alhaji Bawumia have gone to encourage and condone the destruction of Ghana's environment. They have been active promoters, collaborators, and enablers of the illicit galamsey trade. The actions through the Attorney General to continuously protect corrupt officials of the ruling MPP and the government speak loudly. Posterity will never forgive them. Indeed, as far back as 22nd April 2023, the Office of the President, in commenting on the 36-page Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report, stated that the report is, quote, a catalogue of personal grievances, unquote, and that the claims in the report were unfounded and amounted to, quote, hearsay. This was followed by an advice from the Attorney General, Godfred Dame, on 11th May 2023, for the Dame Frimpong Boateng report to be given little attention, a comment that was widely published by the media. Little wonder that the Attorney General will, in September 2023, advise that the said report lacks evidence to ground any prosecution. The sinister agenda of Godfred Dame to downplay and cover up the Dame Galamsey report and the revelations therein was manifestly clear right from the outset. In short, the so-called advice from the Attorney General Godfred Dame is nothing but a cover-up calculated to whitewash the incessant corruption and nation-wrecking conduct of officials of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government and the ruling NPP. The advice from the Attorney General, principal legal advisor to the government, is a big insult to the sensibilities of Ghanaians. It's a big insult to the sensibilities of the nation. We call on the general public to treat same with utmost contempt. This is the same way the Galamsey fraud scandal by ace investigative journalist Anas Arimiyahu Anas was covered up and the perpetrators left off the hook. We must not allow this government to get away with this scandal. It does appear that the Attorney General Godfrey Dame is not interested in doing justice for the nation, but is only following after the footsteps of his boss, President Akufo-Addo, who has become known as the clearing agent of corruption. Quite clearly, this man, Godfrey Dame, does not befit the stature of the high office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, because he simply does not give a hoot about the interest of Ghana. The NDC therefore demands the immediate resignation of the Attorney General for this dubious legal advice, which seeks to cover up serious crimes that have been perpetrated against the state by corrupt government and NPP functionaries who are destroying our water bodies and forests through illegal mining. More importantly, we wish to call on the special prosecutor, Mr. Kisia Jaben, to expedite his investigations into this matter and to immediately prosecute all those found culpable. Fellow countrymen and women, our collective survival as a nation is at stake here. Our beloved country is fast losing its flora, fauna, and water bodies. We are fast becoming endangered species due to the greed and selfishness of a few government officials, party apparatchiks, and irresponsible persons who are recklessly engaging in illegal mining with impunity. We cannot afford to sit aloof and allow this canker to fester. If we close our eyes to the evil going on, we shall all bear the consequences of the actions of these miscreants who are destroying our water bodies, our lands and forests like there is no tomorrow, or in search of gold to satisfy their selfishness and greed. This is why we must all take keen interest in investigations into this matter. We cannot and must not accept any shoddy investigation or farcical attempt to whitewash those responsible for this evil. The NDC calls on you, our friends in the media, the fourth estate of the realm, to join us to demand accountability from our duty bearers. We owe this a solemn duty to our country and generations unborn. And here, let me commend all of you for the yeoman's job you're already doing to expose some of these things. Some of you risk your life. And here, let me commend Irasu Sasaridonko. They've been risking their lives to bring us the videos we've been playing here today. I will commend Multimedia. We commend all of you, City, all the stations, Despite Media, all the stations, Class Media, Power F, all of you. And my brother Kevin Taylor, who leaked this Frimpong Boateng report in the first. We commend you. But the point we are making is that we need to do more if we are to prevail against this evil. Enough of the plundering and destruction of our lands, forests, and water bodies. All government officials and party apparatchiks who have in one way or the other engaged in illegal mining must be arrested, prosecuted, and punished to serve as a deterrent to others. We hereby serve notice that even if they are left off the hook today, they will not escape the long arms of the law tomorrow, because crime has no expiry dates. Until this is done, we shall make no headway in our fight against illegal mining, and our beloved country will have no sustainable future. On this note, I would like to thank you very much for coming, and ask that you keep your cameras in position whilst I do a very quick and brief summary of this presentation in the Cree language. I promise it will be very brief, in just 10 minutes, so that we can proceed. And before I do that, let me once again acknowledge Joy News, CTTV, UTV, Loud Silence TV, TV3, GH1 Metro TV, Kesbin FM and Kesbin TV, TVXYZ, CTV, Class FM, Accra FM, Pan African TV, Ahoto FM, TVXYZ, Power FM, Radio Gold, and all platforms, home base, all platforms who are streaming this press conference live. I was going for a shower. She said, "Ye kind apotono, your friend Muha and your bonnet, and say cry and chair cry, and yet say Ghana lawyer Penia on the two Abenfo, Attorney General. What the crater be a police for say. You are from Pont saying, ne report wa, or ye far Galamsea air coso or my Ghana mu, not the command by no. Na essential for Madam Roman to report we Ebekai and Sano. Attorney General, actually, one crata said, report no a police for your wimu, no. Umenya in Subia, and a dance bia fantine, same with woman echi, and unti shini or moon to me for bia Kujina courts. Efas are reports no. Now, we be as a report when you can once and report where a report one. Emra obinfumo kunyi frimpom boaten na oye swafo hwe environment eso Ghana na oda basuku a omukutia galamse ano emra na wa konwa so no oye report 36 pages and ode komo mampenye kufu ado say MPP aban mpanyimfo Jubilee House mpanyimfo MPs Minister Bibri Eshe Galamse Adwumanimu a omo abrofo China for essay nsuo ni akwai obobo presidential staff Bibri din bobo MPP fo mpanyufo Bibri din emu ministers emu MPs emu presidential staffers na je se bomo chichie na afri nsuo ase abeka che so denche ewu udi na chinya enyeye but I was some say papa o the report yi ma ban edin fie mienu Omapenya kufu adone na aban anya asemi mu nhwemu o mantu wana mo bia kopem se papa ne de nadwuma to ho central for Madaroma Kevin Taylor no Madaroma nti sa report yi ebeto abonti ma yeso yehu de na ewo na report yi beto abonti na Ghana fo nyina ye benkro se nsemi die ade a ene enyan eno nti wose ye hwehwem na no kre wo mu bia no yetimi hu na say no krese aban mu mpanyimfo yi omo ye galamse se ya kwaye ye nsase ne yensu a yetumi e de oma famra kwan so na yesi sa adebone no anokwan eno ne ye hwe animu se Attorney General betu wanamo in fact asem no kra no civil society organization dia e friend Stranek or the akwa office of special prosecutor se onye mu nhwemu a special prosecutor ye mu nhwemu asemi yenyanya wuwemu kra nwie report yi beto abonten no mampenye kufu ado ne Jubilee House ababonten abeka chese report no hwe ni kutiri na eye premfo boate nkrofo bi oni omo wasem na watwetwere omo ho nsem na eye atesem nkwa de bum ti hwe ni na ye asem no yenya no nwosu konye wiwemu kra enso corruption clearing agent o mampenye kufu ado wabagu kwansima na Attorney General so aba say fempo boate nsem a wokeka ne de e yo no ana adwen na wokeka na ye mfa nto nchen kra ma ye ni asem nechi obi a oye minister obi a no na ye chairman of interministerial committee against illegal mining why your official report the amamwa the moka fa huni all because say mo mpanyimfo amowo aban ni mu e wose mo bo oman no ne nyina ye ho ban na mo kutia galamse we no mo say Ghana for small scale miners adwuma so mo de mo ni no na mo de mo ne China for mo say nsuo ye galamse akese de ne fempo boati abete mutunti no e wose mo so pa no na mo gu n'animu ase eno na ye hwe animu a se special prosecutor ba be ka bibia kire yen abanamo a wotu afa asem we hu a Attorney General na sanso aba bonten se police for yehwemu awie na o ma nya danse bia e wo sansem we mu na ye frame wa de pese mu hu nyina ne se sa asem no eye Inkontompo ene nada. Attorney General Godfrey Dame we twa soro kese. Na asem a wo kasa dansie bia ni wa e support Frimpong Boateng nsem a wabeka no. Onu mom ene ni adansie bia e support na asem na all kan. Because ye nim hwekura no dokro eto ahye de nim se aben. Ye nyina ye hu adansie da wo pefe se nsem a Frimpong Boateng aka no e no kre. Ebi ne se multimedia Joy FM for Omone Galamsey Task Force for 2018 Omoko Asante Mentem baby a fra okrobo kokrobo a Pramprama Forest Reserve ni bida ho 2018 to omuko wura akwaye nimu no omuko hu company a frɛ no C&J Alaska ne omase so omudi from Heritage Imperial new wura frɛ no Emmanuel Donald Entua o shekwaye nimu a otu efom agudie dendenden omokoye no de omokohu ye na asefem esanse na papai or the excavators be 30 ase kwaye no over 1,000 hectares ye design se papa onkrata we hia wodi tu fom agudie a onibi eye enkrata e ma ne ho kwan se otimi hwehwe fom agudie the friend prospecting license na wo ye prospecting a no drill amana na watiki samples akwa test ya say e form agudie ne bi wo ye first excavator enye prospecting ye che no adanse ye pepe da ho ena hu video ya bo akere mo video yi multimedia for the central for a omo cooperation we bi obia wo bi ohina wo krom ho wakasa wo video ni mu emrante wo krom ho omaka enti adanse for ho a omo betumi adi adanse se ampa Donald Entua ni ne company be share kwaye we mu e be ye illegal mining ase kwaye ukokwaye ni musu a ube mu evidence of the destruction e si den na Godfrey Dame any police for etra omo offices one kind krobo a omo ntu omo na yansi ho omo ne ohene e wo kromu ankasa omo ne mrantie wo kromu ankasa nipa wo nyina omo ne omo ankasa nsemtrofo e wo sa video si nyina omo ne mu ankasa omo te wo se Frimpong Boateng am omo adanse bi enti there is no evidence we ya na dwoma na asem a akoraketo akora no wo ka kire na nyaade a obeji adi clearly no Ghana Attorney General Godfrey Dame pese oboa ben no mo yes asem we kataso mu aso na ye refi na ye de pese mo hunu ni se no krene da ho no di omo be ye bia na ebe pie because no kre we te se nyin se untimi fansie ebiem Professor Frimpong Boateng report no kasi sudua se ye frɛ papa bi Professor Albert Kwam professor na enemra ne enye professor on go school ye professor ne mra ne no na papa no ya mrahye bedwani ma manso adubia constituency na osan so da Minerals Commission manso nkwanta na according to Professor Frimpong Boateng no ye Minister for Environment no was it papa you ni position as member of the Minerals Commission at the JJ mining concessions biblia oko Asante Mantemu anu atonton ama MPP for 2 billion cedis sikada dani enya me na meka Frimpong Boateng minister eneka obeka sa asem we no ena Attorney General say asem na okan na dance bi ani ho enso ene ya mam wa dance dance ye MPP omutitire ni abedi akire o Asante Mantemu the immediate past vice chairman for the MPP in the Ashanti region Kwamna Century MPP ni ba chese mapapa obi a watra Asante Mantemu bi ani Kwamna Century na dwuma pa wa ya MPP nti no mampanyo kufu ado ye ni nadmo boss nti o kaban ne ho e no no so afra ban ni mu abeka se the Frimpong Boateng kafa bet kwam no ye no kredrodo isan se ono not ni ba bi onka bi nhye e na abet kwam bi ba no se je unya galamsey awe o se ai ene kofa company documents bra na me ma concession e na se nchira wo so hu galamsey amana krada no okofa the company buy e na free buntu e jade na ye cheche omuni odo de magana nti ye cheche galamsey concession it is a fruit okofa document company certificate ba na ya ma obi mode ma kwamna se nchira na mo hu papa yi mo bra wa bra ma MPP masan so afa akiri makwa akoton e de ama opanyin foforo e friend eja wusu a otu galamsey ne dendende eno na senchire ye hu ne video so se wo ka chirechirem wa chemu asa asem no kwesi eno akọ report ama police commander or report man no waboni din crime officer waboni din lance commission asem ni kodu ho maame a friend Linda ohwehwe mu waboni din di ho adanse nyina ba wachirem kura se one abetko am yinkita hudie ba ko o recordo ya o wo recording ne wo ho eno ye ready so be di adanse afasa asem we ho ntia police fo mu wo sa evidence we nyina edi enti na money attorney general mo se asem we adanse bi ani ho na anya hwe kura no attorney general agia tum se Frimpong Boateng report ni mu no o kan se 500 excavators na yiraye no papa bi a ye friend ko awusi ono na enche ye kura na ko mfimfin mantemu a oye omo titire ni abedi akire vice chairman ewo central region MPP ni mapa adwuma wo ye ne so ye auctioneer enti aban fa ne se omo aye chechechecheche omo mfidie ni ye de omo mfidie ni court na court ka se ye nto mfidie na wo abone auction ni atua ka according to Professor Frimpong Boateng ono a de nsamchoni bi mu amunu ba ko a oman krofo yi temte no settlement ni police statement e dia ma police for ene ye di bia kire mo wa ono na akọ police station wa akọ trace statement emra Frimpong Boateng reporters asem we excavators na yihu no emma a police for in 2019 okoye ni ebo ni henya kakra so meka nokre be na abeka so fidie ni ye chichia galams of chichia na minus na ya che ogun fidie no na o ma freme na me no maka so ogun tua bribe titi sika no 500 million and then the friend of 50,000 no nti omu tua no mato tua no personal account e wo NIB a bank account George sika na the akoma Central Regional Security Coordinator a friend of John Ufuriata no so ni eko wusi ache I just say osesia excavators be 27 to 34 there o ma jeje hu sika 50 to 55,000 ya che sika ni na edi we nye asemu asami jenfika ana Frimpong Boateng owura na nkasa na numu asem Bible say numu asem de bebu afo ono ankasa na atwetwere na wa sign the statement. It is our police for who statement way. Now Frimpong Boateng as also am bank statement of Setmante NIB account depositor na illegal miners di ko tum any sika wo yi di ko ma ko wo si no mu a ene ye mo twen de inhwemu be bi na mo hwe because adanse amuhia ni nyina no e wo ho we e ma no de di se aban we enya asem we mu no kra no mo hwehwe o ma di o man na wu o ma say ensase ni nsuo sika ni brenti and now come baby bebre ko Eastern region and now ma penya ku for do krom chedi e ho any galamsey headquarters brem no o ma say no and now cobra asay river pra asay and the Ghana water company say ahwe ya enche kra Ghana nsuo ye nya bi nom all because of fellow Ghanaians papa your buyer or say or no then the presidency babeto on the line who are fighting galamsey and so no boa and then the Jubilee House has become the headquarters of galamsey. It's become a crime scene because according to Frimpong Boateng, the presidential affairs in the report, they are engaged in this. And your framework, not the air Kenyan say, Attorney General or your Attorney General Banza. Or Yan Adrian said, obey the Duma Kwampaso at your book and sassy news you mobile. And yet the Emrani canon or red. And you attend training or say attend training. Why pan every assembly mua or better can quiet you. Ah, o faka kukumase atwaswako krobro akwako tie nananoma hemfo wo ene kruma adanse omowo efasa asemu hu a ekase na bebo o nipa bebre woni ministry wona so ye wa metimi ayesa wimu ni dia ma no enti onye sa because no kure no mpese le babonten but so nyame kokruku yi hata soe o madam pa be dedi sa de omo ye de sumo man no e be dedi ti ye de ye ka se gofredame onye ntentem kra Don't fa krata mabron to say Jumano untuminye. Na penny papa po bit my human near Vanshanesa. Because on no dear, and yet and train in order. We because we no one resign in the next couple of days, you know. And Yama, as a man you call you to me, and you put pressure on him to resign. We will see a 50 years. Now, they said the kind of semi, a buyer, the kind of court nine. A year, you were Jabi or your special prosecutor. You said and say anti-CCR 17, why you busy there? But anti-CCC can seminal a win here. Galamsey you soon want them a win here. Because when you want them, in Susu and Quan, a acquire one sem. The special prosecutor, we are anti-CCC eliminate all the other issues. We are also removing them, not yet 3 million. No more, or maybe your mind true Galamsey say no. Yet to me, Edio Mafa, Emra Kwanso. I have bought some trophy basso. All the media houses here, Munina, my Mafa Mudia, and the Apasanya Mawuntuma. The Munina Mwase, Nemumia Sremo, say young Kayan Tumamu. Baby, I said we are Druno, and NDC and NPP and PPP is about Ghana. It's about Yenina Yankwa, it's about Yamma, and your Mumma. Ghana Ben on Babeto, Insure Ben on Babeto, Acquire Ben on Babeto, and Sase Ben on Babeto. Ntiyankayo Humum, Nayan demand the accountability from your penny for or Mababejo or Maya Bosso, Nenso or Mudio. On that note, you better win in somewhere. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I can see from your faces that you don't have any questions from us. Oh, Paka Wilson, if you have a question for us, I can see that you are approaching here. If you have a question, can we have a microphone? Let's make it snappy, and then we can wrap it up. But before we do that, let me specially acknowledge Wazo TV, who are streaming this press conference live on their platform and who are giving us a live satellite feed from which other media houses are also streaming this event. And let me also acknowledge that Asempa 94.7 FM is streaming this press conference. We are most grateful to all of them.
All right, Mr. David, thank you. Just a quick one. So the report mentioned quite a number of names. You mentioned Propam and the others. How about it, translated ago, Gabi and Lord Connie? For their cases, do you believe that they have been exonerated, or do you think that's the cover up there? Then again, Kennedy in Japan, I'm just reading from Ghana Web, that when we went to Takadi, he mentioned that he knows quite a number of ministers who are engaged in illegal mining. And to quote him, when he mentions their names or provide evidence, they will run into their bedrooms. Perhaps you want the AG or even the OSP to invite him to assist in this case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me start with the first question. You know, this is a press conference, so we could not have spoken about everything in the 36-page report due to time constraints. But some of the people you mentioned are involved even in the 3, issues that we took up today. For example, Gabi is involved in the CJ Alaska Heritage Imperial matter because Professor Frimpong Boateng says that he was called by Gabi Ochenako, who claimed to be the lawyer of the company, for him to release their seized mining equipment. And Gabi says he was doing his work as a lawyer, but lawyers are not supposed to support their clients when they know that their clients are breaking the law. And so if your client has a prospecting license, which only allows him to do prospecting, but there is evidence that he is doing illegal mining, you cannot use your position of influence in the government as the cousin of the president and the de facto prime minister, under the guise of you being lawyer for this company, to mount pressure on the minister, which is what the minister is alleging. And I believe that if we investigate this matter and the evidence that multimedia has provided on this matter, which we have heard today, it will settle this matter once and for all. The Lord Comes and all that, I believe that if we undertake a transparent, a credible investigation into this matter, all the facts will come out, because there are many people who can testify to some of these issues. But the Attorney General and government are not interested in having any such transparent investigation into this matter. And that is why we held this press conference today. As for what Kennedy Japan said, we will not be making any calls for him to be invited. He says he wants to be president. And he says he has evidence of people who are actively engaged in illegal mining. And that if he says it, the NPP will collapse or the people will run under their beds. So what is he waiting for? If he claims to love Ghana, and indeed he has a modicum of love for Ghana, he wouldn't need anybody to call on him to provide that evidence. He will voluntarily share that evidence, just like Professor Frimpong Boateng has done. And by the way, he's not the only person who has said that their key MPP functionaries engage in illegal mining. In fact, Asante Hene Otumfuo Setutu is on record to have said in front of them when the minister visited him at his palace that he knows many people who were in that very auditorium, senior members of government, big wigs who are engaged in illegal mining. And so when Godfred Ame comes out to say that there is no evidence, who is he trying to deceive? Who is he trying to fool? Is he trying to say that the Otumfuo doesn't know what he's talking about? And the people in these mining concessions, mining communities, they know. And so I thank you very much for your question.
Yes, sir, I have a question. For me, I think...
Where Media House?
I'm from Bridge News. I'm the editor for Bridge News, GH. Yeah. Yes, enough evidence here, but I think it's also glaring for the public to see, especially if you have interest and you try to visit some of these areas that have been alleged to have been destroyed or devastated. So enough of that. I want to ask, that's quite political, if the NDC should be given the opportunity, because you just told us that the NDC's point of view so worried and probably will be embarking on some further actions. I want to know if the NDC is given power, if I think that the NDC should start providing us alternative ways we can overcome it. I don't think the Galamsey fight is that easy. And so I think that the press conference should have also touched deeply on what the NDC has to offer differently. If Ghanaians who are now suffering looking for alternative should give the mandate to NDC.
Thank you. The last one. Please just make it snappy.
Okay, sorry, last month NDC had a series of press conference and a protest calling government appointees to resign. But they are still at post. Now,
I think I've already said. I spoke to that, right? Yes. I think that question has already been asked. So thank you very much. The point is simple. We've already served notice that if they get off the hook, so Sabino Ejai or Musi crime there, any expiry date. It is a nena wafa umwedia umfa umuni afebo. Emrebe dane ama baya dane. Na baya dane san semwe ye no katasu mu asubia. Ye behwehwe na obia wudi hu phobia no. Ye de Ghana mra edu. And I will consider woman ye wo Ghana ni a ono oni concession po. Obi na fa na adwuma so meye adwuma wo ne concession so. Kakra will be near dinti. It be a ma. Or small scale mining site be no koye juma. Some men are buying wabane small scale mining, which is even legal. Yet a cheap video moko to a fiase. How much ministers, MPs, are buying penny for party in penny for? Modie, my pemu when ya put that. Namudia sa and yama we editia wa mine. Enti, you can be rest assured, say. Mpremprempo abeyi emasa mpenyufo yi efa wo hodia enye sa afebo emrebe dane na NDC aban ba nhwehwemu papa bekoso ambubi odi asem no fo bia no ye de na fa emra kwaso. We thank all of you for coming, and once again through your various esteemed platforms we want to reiterate our appeal for all of us, all citizens, all persons in Ghana, corporate Ghana, the international community, anybody who has the ability and the capacity to help our brothers and sisters and compatriots in the north, south, and central Tong districts of the Volta region who have been displaced by the spillage of the Akosobo Dam to come to their aid. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. They need our help, and so let's lend them a helping hand. May God bless our Langana. Thank you very much.
Please, the media can wait behind for a minute. The secretariat will come and see you.
We are Fast in News, Best in Entertainment. TV3, your #1 station, as part of activities marking our anniversary month, brings you an unforgettable experience this October. Dubbed October to Remember. This October, TV3 brings you a wide range of exciting programs to spice up your viewing experience. I love you! Watch out for exciting new series, gripping talk shows, heated political talk shows, riveting drama series, and much more. The TV3 Anniversary Month, giving you an exciting viewing experience with a broad array of exciting content this October, only on TV3. Fast in News, Best in Entertainment.
It's on my nephew. Wow, this place has changed, yo. Yo, Angela, look at you all grown up, yo.
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo.
Hey, sister, we the wap Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrimp quite fast.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie.
It's delicious, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
This program is rated PG. It contains scenes of brief nudity, mild violence, and strong language. Parental guidance is advised.
The Ladies Circle.
Brought to you by Yaz Sanitary Pad,
Onga, Yumvita,
MTN,
Woodin,
Nivea, for your shade of beautiful.
We dey work hard, so we dey play hard. Talk about touchy issues. No time to stress on. Ladies Circle. Yeah, this is Ladies Circle.
And of course, you're welcome to the best part of your Saturday. It's the Lady Circle. When we meet like this, you know, it's all about conversations, about what has been happening, and very important topics for ladies. Beautiful, of course. Meeting on one set and then giving you all the things you love to listen to. But today, you know the juiciest part. One, Shani is back. Woo! And two, I'm twinning with this young lady right here. Hey!
Yeah.
Today, ladies.
Well, you can pick up an application form and join our super band.
Exactly.
So far, we're called two-man. If you
man.
join, it'll be three-man.
Three-man. Three Woodin. Let's form a girl band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's our first song going to be?